Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh. Some people suggested that we need to hear the translation of Japji Sahib Ji in English plus a little Punjabi. And here I am with my humble attempt. Japji Sahib Ji starts from the Mool Mantar. Mool means basic, mantra means a word or a phrase to recite again and again, which has a mantra inside. And truly, the 9 words of Mool Mantar, Ek Onkar Satnam Karta Purkh Nirpa Nirvair Akal Murt Ajuni Saipang Gur Prasad, are the main crux. That if you read any Bani, any Shabad in the entire Guru Granth Sahib Ji, you will find that the Mool Mantar, in its full form or in its short forms, Ek Onkar Satnam Gur Prasad, Ek Onkar Sat Gur Prasad, will be there at the beginning of all the major rags and banis. Firstly, we have to understand the Mool Mantar, because if we miss out on what Mool Mantar says, we might miss out the message in the Shabad itself. So it is important to understand firstly what the Mool Mantar is talking about. The first word is Ek Onkar. Om, as the Hindu philosophy called it, as the resonance of sound or God or divinity or divine. So they said Om is the sound after you go into samadhi or you go into realization, you realize that this is not to describe the Creator, but everything that is there. So Guru Sahib used the numerical 1, and then he used the word Om, but he added a kar inside as to say that the Om or the God that we are talking about is in continuation. That kar is continuation. But the numerical 1 means there is only one. It means if there are all kinds of philosophies in this world or religions in this world, and they're talking about that point where the realization of the divine God, godliness, then it is only one. We have a lot of languages, we have a lot of philosophies, but those languages are there to serve a purpose. We have description of certain things. For example, if somebody points out to the sun and says, that's the sun, and another person in a different language says, Suraj hai. Another person says, nahi, Surya hai. And in another language, like Thai language, you say, Pra-athit. Are they talking about the same? Yes. But different languages could be pointing to the same in different ways. So Guru Sahib says, number 1, to understand that God is one. Godliness is one. We are all talking about the same. Our approaches, our languages, our cultures could be different, but it is all about the one. So if you are fighting about the one from different religions, we have no right to fight because it's all coming back to one. Also understand that when Guru Sahib is describing in Mool Mantar the descriptions of God, he's saying that we are supposed to take the journey and become one with God. We are supposed to become one with godliness. How's that? In one of the Shabads he describes, he says, Bajigar jaise baji pai nana roop pek dikhlai. Sang utar thamyo pasara tab ekay ekankara. As a dramatist goes on the stage wearing a lot of masks, when he comes off the stage, takes off the masks, he comes to his real self. The masks that we are wearing could have taken us away from that one, because we have created a lot of duality. I am different from the world. I am different from the others. But actually we all are one. We all feel the same way. So in a way, we all are connected. The day we are able to take off the masks, we will be one. So in a way, to say that Mool Mantra is not just the description of God, but the description of our journey towards God. So the first point is, if we are able to let go of the duality, we will be one. Atam Paramatma Eko Kare Antar Ki Dubda Antar Mare. If we are able to let go of the duality within us, then our Atma, the soul, will be one with the Supreme Soul. Atam Paramatam Eko Kare. Okay? Second is Satnam. Sacha Naam. Naam means, again, descriptions, identities that we have given to things or people or us. We have a name. For convenience, we have a different name from the other person so that we know who we're talking about. But all identities, I am a human being, I am a man, I am of a certain profession, I belong to a certain house, I belong to certain parents, I belong to certain religion, I belong to a certain race, caste. All those descriptions are for other people to know who they are talking about. But all those descriptions are not true because they fall short of actually what is inside us. A lot of those descriptions come from our ego, our mind, our emotions, our thoughts. But the one that is residing inside every one of us is beyond those descriptions, is the one that exists. Satnam means existential one, ਜਿਹੜਾ ਹੋਂਦ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਹੈਗਾ, ਜਿਸ ਨੂੰ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਨੇ ਸਤ ਦਾ ਮਤਲਬ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਹੈ ਹੋਂਦ ਵਾਲਾ। ਸੋ ਸਤਨਾਮ ਉਹ ਨਾਮ, ਉਹ ਪਰਮਾਤਮਾ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਕਿ ਹੋਂਦ ਵਿੱਚ ਹੈ, ਜਿਹੜਾ ਹੋਂਦ ਵਾਲਾ ਹੈ, ਜਿਸ ਨੂੰ ਅਸੀਂ ਐਗਜ਼ਿਸਟੈਂਸ਼ੀਅਲ ਰਿਐਲਿਟੀ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਹਾਂ। तू तू करता तू हुआ, मुझ में रहा न हूँ, जब आपा पर का मिट गया, जत देखो तत तू. So what happens is, this journey as we take, we start with knowing ourselves, of course, but as we start venturing into it, we say, ਇਹ ਜਿਹੜੀ descriptions मैं ਆਪਣੇ ਵਾਸਤੇ ਦਿੱਤੀਆਂ ਹੋਈਆਂ ਨੇ, ਇਹ false descriptions ਨੇ। क्योंकि इन्हां descriptions ਦੇ ਨਾਲ, with these descriptions, I have only escalated my own ego. Guru Sahib says, this being is a part of the ocean, but the most dynamic thing is, the ocean is a part of that drop also. The drop is in the ocean is in the drop. Sagar mein boond, बूंद में सागर, कवन बुझे बिद जाने. If you know the way, if you understand the reality, you will not be able to mix these two. You will be able to understand what he's talking about. Let's go on. Karta Purkh. Professor Sahib Singh Ji explains this in a beautiful way. He says, this comes from a Sanskrit phrase, Purshete iti Pursha, which means the creator in his own creation. Try to understand the difference. When a mother gives birth to the child, she is the creator, but the child and the creator are different. He says it's not the same way. They explain it as the Hindus represent Nataraj or Shivji. In his dance form, they call him Nataraj. And they say, the creator is much like the dance of a dancer. You cannot separate the two. As long as the dancer is dancing, there is dance. But the moment the dancer stops, the dance stops too. So you can't separate the two. So he says, Karta Purukh means creator in his own creation. Or to say, the creation is nothing but the creator. बलिहारी कुदरत वसिया तेरा अंत न जाई लखिया. हे परमात्मा, मैं तेरे तो बलिहारी हाँ, तू अपनी कुदरत दे विच वसदा है. पर ये समझना पड़ेगा, we'll have to understand that if we are able to take care of the creation, we are worshipping the creator. But it cannot be that we worship the Creator. On one side, we want the Creator, we adore the Creator, but we're destroying the creation. How can it be? So he says, if you really want to be one with the Lord, don't even hurt other people's feelings, because the Creator resides in that creation too. Je to priya ki Sikh hiyaw na thahe kahida. Sabna man manak thahan mool machangwa. Saਰਿਆਂ ਦੇ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਦਿਲ ਨੇ, in every heart is a gem. To break any heart is the biggest mistake. ਠਾਹਣ ਮੂਲ ਮਚਾਂਗਵਾ, ਜੇ ਤੋ ਪਿਰਿਆ ਕਿ ਸਿੱਖ, ਜੇ ਤੈਨੂੰ ਪਰਮਾਤਮਾ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਪਿਆਰ ਹੈ, if you love the Creator, ਹਿਆਉ ਨਾ ਠਾਹੇ ਕਹੀਦਾ, don't break anybody's heart, don't hurt anybody's feelings, because that is the creation, and the Creator is within the creation. So this concept is so beautiful. The Creator in his own creation, or creation is nothing but the Creator. Fourth, Nirpaw. He is the fearless one. What do we fear? ਸਾਡੇ ਡਰ ਕੀ ਹੈਗੇ ਨੇ? ਕਿਤੇ ਕੋਈ ਚੀਜ਼ ਮੇਰੀ ਘਟ ਨਾ ਜਾਏ, ਕੋਈ ਚੀਜ਼ ਮੇਰੀ ਗਵਾਚ ਨਾ ਜਾਏ. I don't want to lose anything. We fear the unknown. But Guru Sahib says, Paramatma is nirpaw, has no fear, because there is nothing to lose. In fact, the more you walk on the spiritual path, the divine path, you become more and more liberated. Liberated from your own delusions, from your own attachments. That's why Guru Sahib says, Jin nirpaw, jin har nirpaw tyaji, tinka paw sab gavasi. Those who reminisce in the fearless ones, they become fearless too. So to be able to understand that is to say, I need to become more and more non-attached. I live in the world, but I become more and more non-attached. The fifth word is nirvair. He has no animosities. He does not take sides. Why I say it's important to understand the Mool Mantra is because sometimes we will miss out the essence of the Shabads if we miss out the meanings of the Mool Mantra. Now imagine this. I read a Shabad, I want all the boons for myself. Not only that, I want my enemies to be doomed. So I stand in front of my Guru and I do the ardas, hey Guruji, mera bahut zyada bhala karo, par mere dushmanan da nash kar deo. We have missed the fifth word of Mool Mantra. Nirvair means Paramatma kisi da vairi nahi hai. The oxygen that we breathe, it's unbiased. It's not that if I do a lot of good and oxygen will say, I'll come to you more. And if somebody is not doing good, oxygen will say, no, ennu nahi oxygen milni chahiye. No. Nirvair means does not take sides, does not take any bribes either. Paramatma nirvair hai. ਉਹ ਕਿਸੇ ਦਾ ਪੱਖ ਨਹੀਂ ਲੈਂਦਾ, ਕਿਸੇ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਵੈਰ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਰਦਾ. ਜਿਹੜਾ bias ਹੋਏਗਾ, ਉਹ ਕਿਸੇ ਦਾ ਵੈਰੀ ਵੀ ਹੋਏਗਾ. Try to remember that. So, and not only that, the elaborations of each and every word, each and every concept of Mool Mantra is further in Japji Sahib and in the rest of the Bani. So stay with me on that. Then next is, sixth word is Akal Murt. Murti means statue. But here he says the entity. Paramatma एक ऐसी entity है जिड़ी अकाल है. काल तो रहत. Kal means death, but it also means time. Timeless entity. मतलब ਉਹਦੇ ਉੱਤੇ time ਦਾ ਕੋਈ ਅਸਰ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈ, ਸਾਡੇ ਉੱਤੇ ਹੈਗਾ. You know what is, how are we time bound? We're either living in the past or we're living in the future. We're either repenting about the past or missing the past, the good times of the past, or we're dreaming about the future, or we're worrying about the future. We never live in the present. The moment we start living in the present, we are closest to godliness. Akal Murat. Then Ajuni. Ajuni means jada juna vich nahi aanda. The one that does not come in incarnations, the one that is beyond life and death. And the more we are one with that Ajuni, we become like that too. The cycle of our reincarnations that are going on inside us all the time will come to a stop. Eighth is Sabhang, Savyang Bhu, Sute Prakash, self-illuminated. Means there was no one who created God. And self-illumination means you have the power inside you to awaken yourself because मन तू जोत स्वरूप है अपना मूल पहचान. O mind, you are the embodiment of the divine. The day you realize, the day you wake up to your realities, you will realize how much power there is inside you. You will be able to carry yourself and do even the biggest miracles in this world. Sabhang. And last but not the least, Gur Prasad. Guru di kirpa rahi o Paramatma prapat hunda hai. Through the blessings of the Guru, you are one with the divine. In other words, to say, the moment we are grateful, we will be able to see everything as a blessing. We have understood Gur Prasad. All these words, all these concepts, easy to speak, easy to describe, but to be able to understand in elaboration, you will have to go on the journey of the entire Japji Sahib. And you will be marveled how beautifully each and every concept has been explained. Then comes Jap. Jap is the name of the Bani, but with adoration, with respect, with so much love, we call it Japji Sahib. And the Mangalacharan, the first shlok of Japji Sahib is Aad Sach, Jugad Sach, Hai bhi Sach, Nanak Hosi bhi Sach. Aad Sach, O Paramatma, Aad to Sach hai. From the beginning, Paramatma, God, is being there, existential. Jugad Sach, from the beginning of time till now, has been there. Hai bhi Sach is there. Nanak Hosi bhi Sach shall always be there. But what is that? That realization, that awakening, that peace of mind, that love, that going beyond your body, your mind, and being in touch with your inner reality. As I said, Bajigar jaise baji pai, sang utar thamyo pasara. The moment all the masks drop off, tab eka ekankara. And this journey is going to be such a beautiful journey of understanding the meanings of Japji Sahib Ji. Thank you so much for listening, Ji. Apologies for the mistakes. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh.